back up a little. He's got something to tell you. Ready?
Oh,
We're never gonna finish this.
we haven't even started.
It's gonna be midnight. Is your camera set up the way you like it?
It's good enough. This is just a backup. We're probably not going to need it.
Hey guys, Snoopy Emu here. Welcome back to another Talk Emu podcast. Been a while since I've done one of these. I have a special guest with me today, JoeDaHo,
Hi, I'm the Snoopy Emu. His friend JoeDaHo.
my one viewer. And today we're gonna do something a little different. We're not gonna be talking about video games. Today we're gonna be talking about music. Something very near and dear to our hearts.
And our groins.
And yes. We're both musicians, which I'm sure that's already a known fact at this point.
Musicians.
And
I'm doing air quotes. You can't see it because I broke my hands and they have to rest.
already off to a great start. All right. So today we have decided to compile a list of our top 10 favorite guitar players. We're gonna go through our lists. We're gonna take turns. Joe is a guitar player, if you don't know.
Indeed,
And I'm not.
I am a guitar enjoyer. This is a fact about me. I have been fingering the old neck since I was 10 years old. Which was 21 years ago. God damn, I'm old.
Ew. So part of the twist of this is that I don't play guitar. Joe plays guitar. So I kind of wanted to, part of this is also kind of a little experiment to see like what our qualifications are and like our thoughts from the two totally different perspectives, someone who knows how to play guitar and someone who is familiar with guitars but is in no way a guitar player.
Yeah, does that sound interesting? Like and subscribe, you piece of shit.
I guess I'll start, or do you want to start since you're the guest?
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So, I'm one of those people that my tastes change frequently. So this list could be different tomorrow. But I pretty much just wanted to compile guitarists that I really enjoy listening to. And see, part of why I wanted to do this is my whole problem is like you get those lists like the Rolling Stone lists, and it's just like it's always Hendrix, Van Halen, Jimmy Page. They're always the top three or whatever, and it's like, yeah, those guys are awesome. Their legacy, what they did for guitar playing and rock, is extraordinary. However, they've been surpassed in ability since then. Even if their legacy and what they created has not been surpassed, their technical playing and their skill has been, I think.
I agree.
And there's all those crazy underground, weird prog death jazz bands that like have ridiculous players and like even like 8-year-old YouTubers that can play like Dream Theater. Like so
like Tim Henson.
I'm sorry, I don't like listening to that style of guitar.
He's fucking pretentious. I don't really like him very much. But
I know. Well, he copyrights his tabs. It's who does that?
Oh, it happens more often than you think. But I will say this: at least he gets more young people into guitar, if nothing else.
Yeah, I will say Jared Dines just did his big yearly like Shred collab, and there were a lot of people on there that were very clearly inspired by Polyphia, and which, I mean, if that's what it takes, awesome, but I don't enjoy it. It gets to a point. It's kind of like me and Tool. It gets to a point where it just doesn't sound like music. Like in the words of Mike Portnoy, that's not a song, it's a mathematic equation.
Yes.
So my number 10 pick is an older guitar player, Alex Lifeson.
Oh wow, Rush.
I am actually a Rush fan. I really enjoy Rush. My dad and uncle they exposed me to Rush pretty young. Everyone knows Tom Sawyer. You know, they're one of those bands that when I started listening to them, I'm like, there were like 10 songs. Like, oh, I know that song. And Um, they inspired so many bands. So many bands today were influenced by Rush.
Yep.
Um, even South Park
Yeah.
was inspired. And like Dream Theater is basically just heavy metal Rush. Like there's so many bands that were inspired by them, loved by them, and all three members of that band are on like every top list for their respective instrument.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Which again, being on a top list doesn't necessarily mean you're the best, because like there's a lot of guitar players that get on lists that I don't think belong on there.
Agreed.
I love Kurt Cobain. I don't think he belongs to be ranked above Steve Vai on a guitar list, or on a guitar list. Great songwriter, great singer, but yeah. So Alex Lifeson's my number 10. He's just one of those pioneers of prog rock, of progressive guitar playing, and you can say like Rush is kind of similar to Primus in that like the bass player kind of carries the band, but I think the guitar work
Well,
is
it's
just
also
as
the lead
important.
singer in that band.
Yeah, in both bands.
I'm not too familiar with Primus, but I do know their bass slaps.
Primus's bass player is also the singer, and
Okay.
he was directly inspired by Geddy Lee.
Makes sense.
And they played live together at the South Park anniversary concert.
Oh, nice. That's sick.
Yeah, it was awesome. But no, Alex Lifeson, great guitarist. Rolling Stone had him way too low, and, and yeah, I don't know a lot of technical terms, so that's kind of all I got. Song recommendations, I guess, would be Spirit of Radio is a big one, big good guitar like Rush song, and YYZ.
Our lists are going to be very different.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of the typical top 10 guitarists you would see on lists like this are going to be in mine, for better or for
I
worse.
kind of figured that.
Starting with number 10, and this is somebody who is fundamental core to rock and roll. Like, there's just no getting around it. Robert Johnson. He was like the original rock guitarist. This was in the 1930s. This guy was so good and so ahead of his time. The whole like the mythos around him is that he sold his soul to the devil for his guitar skills at the Crossroads.
Oh, is he that guy?
The Crossroads guy.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's just because he was a talented musician. He was black. That's really why that came out, because a black person couldn't possibly be talented.
Well, they say the same thing about the Eagles.
Right. I mean, anytime like there's like somebody who's like,
I mean, rock
extraordinarily gifted, people are like, how does he do it? It's magic.
Especially back in the 30s.
Yeah. But Robert Johnson, I mean, he's hugely influential. Obviously Eric Clapton covered a lot of his stuff. Led Zeppelin did as well. Rolling Stones. He is basically the founding rock and roll person. And this was in the 30s. By the way, how he got so good, at least allegedly, is because he had a mentor, and they would practice in a graveyard together, like all night.
Oh, cool.
And they went there because they knew nobody would be there to hear them.
Nice. Serenading Jason. All right. So if we're going on to number 9, my number 9 is another classic guitar player. Probably my last guitar player that was like born before the 80s. Randy Rhoads.
Nice.
I grew up with Ozzy very much an influence in my life.
Same.
My dad and uncle were big Ozzy fans.
Yep.
They would always play like Bark at the Moon, Shot in the Dark, Crazy Train. Like one of the first albums I bought was Blizzard of Oz. Like I'm very much I'm not like a crazy Ozzy fan, but I definitely have a lot of his songs I like, and I love and consider him like a big part of me getting into music. And same with like some of the stuff in Black Sabbath, but and I do love like Zakk Wylde. I feel like you can't talk about Ozzy guitarist and not talk about Zakk Wylde, but I think Randy Rhoads specifically, like he was the original. He did like Mr. Crowley, and the whole Blizzard of Oz album is one of my favorite like classic metal albums. And I know Randy Rhoads was also in Quiet Riot, and uh, one of those guitarists that was taken too soon.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be interesting. Like the way things work is always interesting because if Randy Rhoads hadn't passed when he did, we probably wouldn't have never gotten Zakk Wylde.
Right.
But or at least not to the caliber he's at.
Mm-hmm.
But Randy is definitely one of the classics, one of the greats, and I could not include him in my as much as I didn't want, much as I wanted to shy away from like the really big, like classic guitarists because I feel like they're over talked about. I just had to include Randy Rhoads.
I'm happy he's here. He has an amazing signature guitar, the Randy Rhoads Jackson. Awesome, love that guitar. I used to have one of them. And by the way, folks, we did not go over anybody who's on our lists together. This is all like we're all like hearing this for the first time together.
I texted Joe 2 days ago.
Yeah, we put this together in 2 days. And it took us 2 hours to even start talking about music once we got in here. Anyway, so unbelievably, speaking of Ozzy, my number 9, it's not Randy Rhoads, it's Tony Iommi.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Black Sabbath.
If this had been like a top 20, he probably would have been on there.
Yeah, he's also one of the fundamental influences.
The fact that he can play without
rock.
feeling his fingers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
I can't even play with my fingers.
and he could do solos and stuff and intricate work with it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the riff gods. Like he's some of the most iconic riffs in music history.
Paranoid alone.
Yeah, Iron Man.
Paranoid's a lot harder than it sounds.
Yeah,
I tried to learn it.
Well, yeah, I love that one. That's one of my favorite songs to play on guitar.
I mean, I'm
one of my go-to solos when I just pick up the guitar and play a solo. The Paranoid solo is like one of those ones for me.
Yeah.
What people might not know about Snoopy Emo's dad is he likes to drink cream soda while in a hot tub. Fun fact.
What? I mean, I don't think I could disprove that. My number 8 is not a guitarist that you think of when you think of like best guitarist. He's not a shredder. He's not like, he doesn't do anything too crazy technical, but he's fun.
Corey Feldman?
And that is
Did you choke on your Coke?
No. No, not Corey Feldman. No. Our number 8 pick is Darren Malakian.
Oh, nice. I was hoping he'd be on your list. He's not on mine, but he is awesome. I love him.
Darren is not like a super technical player, but dang it, is it fun to listen to him. And that at the end of the day, that's what it should be about.
Yeah, and to be clear, like his shit is not beginner shit either for the most part. I mean, like some songs are like aerials, but like you have to be like intermediate to play a lot of System of a Down stuff, at least.
Yeah, but and granted, a lot of his stuff there's a lot of slides, a lot like Deer Dance is all slides, but like even like when you put in System of a Down's very first album and the very first song Sweet Pea plays. It starts with Darren just ripping this crazy guitar lick, and he just plays some really fun, like abnormal, like stuff. And like, cause in that band, the bassist kind of takes a lot of lead, but Darren's stuff is just original, unique, fun to listen to, and I feel like he doesn't get like a lot of the recognition that he deserves. And I know this is a guitarist list, but the fact that he can sing leads and play at the same time is always impressive.
Oh yeah, that's not to be discounted, for sure.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to play guitar. It's like almost impossible to play guitar and sing. At least for me, because I fucking suck.
I used to try to play bass and sing, and it was really difficult.
I mean, I can't even sing and sing.
There are some System of a Down songs that would be considered progressive.
Yeah.
like Question.
Yes.
And I will say, um, not to get into like the whole already jump into like the whole duos thing. There on some of the later albums, there are some pieces that are I think, improved upon by Serge's guitar playing. Serge doesn't play guitar on most of their songs,
Mm-hmm.
but on the ones he does, he really adds a nice extra element to um, Darren's playing, especially the dueling guitar solo on Lonely Day.
I did not know that Surge played on that. I just assumed they like did double tracks.
Yeah, no, that's Serge.
Oh my gosh. My number 8 is originally was going to be one guy, but then I realized that in this band, while the lead guitarist is the lead guitarist, a lot of that stuff was written by the rhythm guitarist who's now
Guitar.
passed away. Um, and this is Angus Young and Malcolm Young from
Ah,
ACDC.
yes.
And a lot of people, who are guitar enthusiasts or just snobs or just, people who like to talk shit.
Gatekeepers.
Yeah, they shit on ACDC a lot because it's very formulaic
Yeah,
and
I
simple.
I can play TNT.
Yeah, it is. A lot of the chords are open chords. Every solo is pentatonic scale based. Like it's
Yeah.
it's samey. A lot of
Hey
their
man,
songs sound the same. I
I play a
acknowledge that.
lot of pentatonic on bass. If it ain't
Hmm.
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, me too on guitar. It's like one of the only scales I actually know.
My uncle said, when in doubt, just hit 5 and 7 and go up and down.
Hugely iconic, hugely influential. If you're when you're learning guitar, they're great to learn,
Oh
especially
yeah.
starting out learning solos. Like the first real solo I ever learned was "You Shook Me All Night Long" solo, and it's so fun to play along with. Bendy bends, all that good stuff.
Yeah. I think the
Um,
only guitar solo I've ever played is like the 4-note solo from "Damn It" by Blink-182.
nice. I mean, those are the first one I ever learned was the "Smell Like Teen Spirit" solo. You got to start
Oh
somewhere.
yeah. Did you play out of tune? Is Angus Young shorter than you?
I don't know. I've never met him.
My number 7. So this is one of those like I'm going to say one person as an entry, but it's really a duo that should be counted as two people because the two of them play like together. They're switching between the lead and rhythm.
Mhm.
They share guitar solos. They're so integral to each other that you really can't mention one without the other. But my pick for number 7 is Claudio Sanchez from Coheed and Cambria.
Oh, okay.
And the lead guitarist is Travis Stever, um, who they're both incredible. I saw them live in August, um, but Claudio does play a lot more of the kind of shreddy parts of the solos. But they're both singers. Claudio is the lead singer, and Travis does mostly like backing vocals
Hmm.
or some co-leads on some songs. But um, on the song "Welcome Home," that main riff was written by Claude. So that's part of why I highlight him over Travis. As much as Travis is amazing, Claude writes a lot of the music. And Claude is also a published comic book writer, and all their songs are about his comic book series, which is why no one
So
can
it's a
understand
shared
their lyrics.
universe.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
but Claude, for the song "Welcome Home," Claude plays it on a double neck,
Oh,
and he
like a 12 string, 6 string thing.
I don't know the exact strings. I just know the guitar has two necks.
It's usually the case when
But
a
okay,
guitar has two necks. It's because one of the
yeah.
neck has
But
extra strings, whether it be like 7, 8, or
yeah.
12.
He plays part of the solo over his head. He plays part of the solo with his face. He, he he's fun. They're fun to watch. They're very talented guitarists. Coheed and Cambria started more along the lines of like post-hardcore, like screamo-y kind of, and got more into like melodic metal and rock over time, but they've always had kind of a prog element woven through them. And with some of their early stuff even being a little more pop punky, but they do great guitar work. Song recommendations, I would say Welcome Home, definitely. That's a classic riff. I think that's one that like almost everybody's heard, even if you don't know it by name. Um, uh, 10 Speed's a great song from that album. And then In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3, awesome song, their best live song. They do it a little differently live, and it's just so hype. It's such an amazing experience to be a part of that live.
Nice.
And no, they can definitely shred, and they write some great riffs, and just a really fun band. Also, his hair alone, his hair is just like that's where he gets his power. He's like Samson.
Want to talk to Samson? Anyway, my number 7 is Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine.
Nice.
And
When I was
Audioslave and his own
10,
stuff.
he was like I would have said he was one of my favorites when I was 10.
Yeah, he's great. When I was a kid and I didn't like when I had been playing guitars when I was 10, so I'd been playing guitar at this point, but I didn't like know the techniques and stuff. I just knew like cowboy chords. So when I heard Cochise by Audioslave and heard that beginning part, and someone told me that was a guitar, it blew my fucking mind. Like, and so then
the
I
first
kind of went down a rabbit hole with him.
the first time I heard him play, I'm like, that's so cool.
I know
Like
it's
it's so unique and fun.
exactly unique. Like you always know it's him.
Again, music should be fun.
Exactly. He's got such nice, short, punchy riffs that hit hard.
Yeah, my cousin's like, "Oh, he sucks," and that's an annoying sound. It's like it's different. He does the turntable noises with his guitar.
I know. Can you hear Cooper?
Yes. All right, my number 6. I almost didn't include this person, because some of their guitar work in recent times can be a little monotonous and like sounds cooler than it is. But his old riff, I factored in the old works, the old riffs and stuff. And this is a very popular guitarist in the prog world, Will Swan. I might as well be wearing like nerd glasses and a pocket protector when I just said that. Will Swan, there's a like subgenre of music that was named after him. It's one of those subgenres where it's like, shut up, like that's
Swan
not a
diving?
genre. But no, it's called swancore. But it's starting to become like a thing that like people are using the term. So basically, Will Swan owns his own record label, and he is in a ton of bands that all sound the same. So because they all have that same sound that is different from a lot of other bands, people nicknamed it Swancore.
Yeah, I mean, they're all Swan songs.
So the main band Will is associated with is one of my all-time favorite bands, Dance Gavin Dance.
Oh.
Dance Gavin Dance is a, how do I say this? Funky progressive post-hardcore?
They're hard to pin down.
Those are their like 3 main styles. Their old stuff was definitely more like traditional screamo with some like kind of proggy structure to it. Definitely, they were always experimental, but in modern times, their music's gotten way more experimental. They got very poppy for a while, and that's part of why they kicked out their third singer.
Mm-hmm.
But they've gone through like they've had like 4 different lead singers. Will Swan on one part of their career actually did the screaming vocals while doing lead guitar.
They call that the Swan Screech.
From reading their Spotify bio, he does a lot of arpeggiated riffs. Basically, he just does a ton of hammer-ons at like the bottom frets, the bottom frets. A lot of just hammer-on riffs and stuff that he does throughout pretty much the whole song. But like some of the I was listening the Wheatleys. Oh yeah, he is the Wheatley. Like he's definitely one of the core Wheatley guys. Their song, Uneasy Hearts Weigh the Most, I was in like one of the top listeners on my Spotify rap for that song. That was my number 1 song. And his riff on that is really, really fun and bouncy and catchy. His riff on NASA is like a little earworm, and then like Betrayed by the Game, uh, great riff. Getting into some of his more like Wheatley stuff, but they're not like really a crazy guitar solo band, but he kind of like plays a guitar, kind of like Primus. Like he basically plays a guitar solo throughout the entire song.
Right, yeah.
Great sound, very very familiar. Like I mean, the guy's got a whole subgenre named after him. He's got a very iconic sound.
Right. My number 6 is probably the only one you've never heard of. That's Mike Campbell.
I know someone named Mike Campbell.
It's not him. Well, probably not. He was the lead guitarist for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Okay.
I thought I actually had to look it up because I originally had Tom Petty, but he actually turns out I didn't write most of the guitar parts for a song. He was more of like a lyricist.
So did he write the riff to Free Falling?
I don't know about that one. That might have been Tom. I know he wrote Mike Campbell wrote the riffs to Running Down a Dream and Mary Jane's Last Dance and Refugee. Like some of the most iconic ones from Tom Petty. The ones that always come to my mind. And like the solo at the end of Running Down a Dream to me is like one of my probably top 10 solos. It's not complex, but it gets me every time, man. I don't know.
Nice.
It makes me drive that extra couple miles per hour. You know what I mean?
Did your sister make this turkey, Hacker Man? I brought stuffing.
It's so moist.
I'm gonna stuff her turkey.
Yeah. And
then I brought whipped cream.
I'm gonna baste her bird. Oh,
so my number 5 is, and this guy I know you've definitely never heard of. You know the band. You know at least one song by the band. This is Brent Hines from Mastodon.
Ah, yes.
This is the guy that got hit by the truck and went flying through the air.
Whee!
So unfortunately, they kicked him out of the band just before I saw them in concert.
Was he a founding member?
And then I believe so.
Damn, tragic. I've only listened to one Mastodon album, but the guitar was like amazing on it, dude. He's killer.
Yeah, Leviathan.
Yes.
The one I told you to listen to.
Yeah, that's the one.
I discovered that the song Iron Tusk from Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
Nice.
So if you played that game, you knew that song already.
Yeah, I don't remember if I had it in my playlist or not. I mean, for like my first month playing that game, it was just holiday.
So, I mean, Blood and Thunder is still to this day their biggest song. It's always been their biggest song. That opening riff is awesome. He created his own picking technique from the banjo.
Oh.
He plays his guitar like a banjo, and he plays a 12-string electric.
Oh, cool. That's sick.
Brent Hines was also one of the lead singers. The drummer Braun, and the bassist Troy, they all swap singing duties. Like every album, there's a different lead singer. I want to say their album Crack the Sky. I want to say Brent Hines like went into a coma, had a crazy dream, woke up, and wrote that album.
Wow! Holy shit!
I'm pretty sure that's what my cousin told me. But he sings on most of that album. His voice is kind of reminiscent to me of Ozzy's. It's got that kind of nasally, like, timbre to it. But yeah, Crack the Sky is a great album. Last Baron is a good example for his guitar work, and obviously the whole Leviathan album. The Leviathan album's a little chunkier. They started off, their early stuff was a lot more in the realm of like sludge metal, stoner, groove, and then they got away from that in later albums and are a little more traditional metal. But they're a prog band. They've always been like progressive, and I like how Brent and they have another guitarist, Bill Killiger, I think that's how you say his name. He I don't know where Brent starts and Bill ends, like when it comes to writing, but you know, I like how they're able to take such a like like a muddy, like inflexible sound that you get from like groove and sludge and stoner, and be able to add a progressive edge to it, something that's a lot more fluid and like twinkly. Like I like how they were able to marry those two sounds with that guitar work.
Mastodon.
Mastodon, blood and thunder.
So yeah, my number 5 is not my number 1 because that's how math works.
Yeah.
But it's Billy Joe Armstrong.
Okay.
Yeah,
I knew he was going to be on here
of course
somewhere.
he is. And a reminder: this is not a list of best guitarists, in my opinion. This is a list of my favorite guitarists, the
Yes,
ones that mean the
yes.
most to me. And it's no secret, Green Day is my favorite band. Billy is probably my favorite songwriter generally, but his guitar work is it's simple, obviously. I mean, he's capable of more than he does with Green Day too. He is a
Oh
very
yeah.
talented, versatile musician. It's just Green Day has a sound, and every time they try to branch out from it, their fan base gets all pissy.
It's one thing I think people forget is that musicians exist outside of their band,
Yeah, I mean, Billy has
and
like
that
3 or 4 side projects. He does. I feel like he does a lot with a little. He can make power chords tell a story. It's hard to explain. Like it's hard to like
right.
verbalize what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I will say he's the writer of one of the most iconic, recognizable riffs of all time.
Yeah, several of them,
Good
honestly. Like,
riddance.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, the great thing about his work too is it's easy to learn. It's great for beginners. It's great to get you started. You can learn a full song, in an hour with Green Day. I mean, Basket Case is like one of the easiest songs ever. I'm sorry, not
Basket Case
Basket
follows
Case.
the same
Brain Stew is what I meant to say.
rings too.
Basket Case is a little harder.
Basket
You got to
Case
learn how to palm mute. It's not a
Basket
difficult
Case
song, but
follows
it's
the
a
same
little
chord
more.
progression as Pachelbel's Canon.
I know it's power chords, it's simple stuff, but the way he uses it with his songwriting, it's like opera. The power chords they're singing. I don't know.
My number 4. All right. So this is one of the rare um, times where I think the rhythm guitarist outshines the lead guitarist.
Huh.
My number 4 is Mick number 7 Thompson from Slipknot. He's done a lot of behind the scenes videos showing his guitar work. The stuff he lays down for his rhythms is mind blowing. The amount of talent and endurance that and precision that he has to have. Like some of his stuff gets lost in the mix, having 9 uh, players in the band,
Yeah.
but um, holy crap, the stuff like his part for Wait and Bleed, which is one of their biggest songs, he's skipping string like the string skips he does in that at the speed he does it is in absurd. And he's definitely one of those like you don't realize how technical it is until you see him do it. Like it sounds easier than it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's a famous video of him doing the rhythm work for their 4th album, All Hope Is Gone, and he does a lot of like technical death metal riffage in Slipknot, and the endurance he has his guitar, he plays Jackson's.
Mm-hmm.
His guitar has a custom little like dip in the body as a armrest because his speed picking, he does like hours of just constant speed, like death metal speed
Mm-hmm.
picking. And it's like the amount of endurance and precision you have to play like tech death, and then like and then for the length he does it is just very, very impressive, and he's just a monster.
Wow.
A very underrated, and
Yeah.
nothing against Jim Root number 4. Nothing but I feel like Mick stuff the stuff he does is like he's definitely like rhythm guitarists don't usually do that much.
Definitely a unique choice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's another one that I feel like doesn't get thrown on a ton of lists.
My number 4 is Jimi Hendrix. What
Of
can you say?
course.
It's Jimi Hendrix, iconic.
Oh, he's not number one. Oh, he's not
No,
number
he's not.
one.
No, he's not. I mean, if I had to, I mean, you can't really make an
Rolling
objective list
Stone
of
is
best
trying right
guitarists. But
now.
what's that? Was he number
Rolling
one?
Stone
I
is
think he was. Yeah, he was.
he's always number one. He's number one on Watch Mojo. He's number one on
Yeah,
everything, and I'm sick of it.
yeah. I mean, he's definitely not mine. I love him though. I mean, he's great.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
very, very experimental of his time. The way he rides the feedback with his guitar playing and uses it in a
yeah,
musical way is amazing.
yeah.
Big inspiration.
You know who one of his favorite guitarists was?
What's that?
Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top.
Really?
He gave Billy Gibbons, he gifted him a pink guitar.
Oh wow, that's so cool. I did not know that. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix, man. I mean, what can you say?
All right, my number 3 is definitely one that is going to make a lot of sense that people probably are expecting. John Petrucci from Dream Theater.
Right.
I cannot ignore his talent.
Mhm.
He is the prog metal like originator.
Right. I know
A lot
him.
of people
So
don't. A lot of people don't remember how old Dream Theater is. They're 40. They've been around for 40 years. They just hit their 40th anniversary, and
old.
their older stuff definitely has that 80s metal vibe to it. But John Petrucci is just an absurd guitar player. One of those I don't usually obsess over like what kind of guitar a guitar player plays, but I usually know like for a guitarist like that, he plays Music Man.
Yeah.
Dance of Eternity obviously is like one of their biggest songs. They changed the time signature like 100 times. His playing in that is great. You know, the Alien, um, the solo from As I Am. He he's one of those like you can't really say anything that hasn't already been said. He's just
Yeah.
an amazing guitar player. Like he really like kind of like invented the prog metal guitar sound. He's just a beast.
A B star.
Oh my god.
My number 3 is also a John. It's John Frusciante.
I knew he was gonna be on
Yes,
there.
I love the Chili Peppers and I love his work. He's
Let's
my
say
favorite guitarist they've
from
had.
from being in a band with you, you have a lot of Fragility-ness in your
Yes, I do
sound.
because I'm lazy. Yeah, well, the great thing about Frusciante is that he's one of those guys who does a lot with a little. Like
Yeah.
he because of his drug use or something, he can't use his fingers as well as he used to. So he had like developed a
Uh,
new way of playing to like make it easier for himself, and it's created some of the most moving, emotional guitar riffs I've ever heard. Like "Hey" by
yeah.
the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
Yeah, and of
Hey.
course, Snow, like, you got Snow. It's an iconic
No.
one.
Again, I thought Snow was such a
Californication.
basic song, and then when I
It
found out
sounds
how
like it.
hard that riff
Yeah. Oh yeah.
is, it's like insane. And some of
Mm-hmm.
the all the greatest guitarists in the world agree that that's one of the hardest riffs
Yep.
ever.
Oh yeah.
I'm not like a huge Chili Pepper fan
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, but when I was a kid, I heard Danny California for the first time. It
Yep.
like changed my life.
Oh yeah. Great music
Like that's
video.
still one of my favorite. Oh, the music video! I love that music video to death.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of those songs that like I heard it so much that I was able to pretty much perfectly play it on the drums without ever like practicing it.
Nice.
But um,
Very fun solo to play on that song.
I mean, no, I don't have the same like swing that Chad Smith has, um, but no, John Frusciante, um, is a really I've always held him in high
Yep.
respects, even though I don't know a ton of their music outside of the
Mm-hmm.
radio hits.
Right.
And they're one of those bands that some of their songs got overplayed so much
Oh
that
yeah.
I hear
Yeah,
them
for
on the
sure.
radio. I'm like, oh, but unfortunately, Snow and Hey are like the two of those.
The solo to like Californication. It's like one of the easiest solos ever, but it's moving. It's also
I
great for
love the
beginners.
riff to is it Don't Stop or Can't Stop or
Can't
whatever?
stop. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of the most iconic guitar riffs. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
So funky.
Oh yeah. Well, they're a funk band.
Yes. And a lot of that is, Flea, but this isn't a
Flea.
bass list.
I think Flea's the first bass player I ever knew, like by name.
Mhm.
So my two should not be a shocker at all. Just like I was anticipating John Frusciante for you, my number two is Sinister Gates
I'm surprised it's not your number one.
from Avenged Sevenfold.
Yep.
So I guess this is where we toe the line between like favorite and best.
Uh-huh.
My number one is, I think, technically better. Avenged Sevenfold is my favorite band,
Uh-huh.
so Sin is definitely up there for me. Um, my number one, I do think is a better guitarist, but Sinister Gates is just. He's great. I haven't seen him in a lot of lists lately, but I would say his more recent stuff is some of his best. Avenged Sevenfold has definitely jumped hard into the experimental prog and avant-garde sound with their newer work, and I think some of the newer stuff that newer solos Sin has done are just insane, amazing. One of their newest songs, Nobody, I think the song can be a little repetitive and boring, but the guitar solo is, I think, one of his best. It's arpeggiated,
Oh wow.
from what I've been told. Um, it's awesome. So I think you would really enjoy that solo. But I mean, this is another one of those where I wanted to include the duo because
Yeah, I mean,
Zaki Vengeance is definitely one of the most important parts of the sound because they used to be really heavy on guitar harmonies. And
yeah. Oh
their
yeah.
harmonized solos, like my favorite solo of theirs is Backcountry, and without Davy's
Yes.
harmonies, it would not be good.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Davy, David
It wouldn't be so
Zaki.
iconic. I mean, that was like I think my first A7X song, and what I noticed immediately was the harmony with the guitar. It was so unique.
Yeah, and their second album, Waking the Fallen, which is my favorite uh, metal album, my favorite album of theirs. It's like all guitar harmonies, and I have to give Zaki credit because he was the only guitarist on their first album, and he wrote some really good riffs. But Sin really elevated
Mm-hmm.
their sound and added the metal edge to it. So a lot of people credit Avenged Sevenfold with being the band that brought guitar solos back to the radio, and
I can see that.
they're they were also the band that kind of Warped Tour before it ended was very heavily associated with like scene, quote unquote scene
Yeah.
music, like the emo metalcore, Bring Me the Horizon type stuff. And Avenged Sevenfold was the first band to bring that sound to Warped Tour. Um, Before that, it was all like No Effects and No Doubt, like ska and
Mm-hmm.
skate punk, and um, Avenged Sevenfold started as one of those like emo metalcore type bands. Although they did it as a metal finger to the hardcore scene,
Okay.
but they did it as like a gimmick. But no, their guitar work, City of Evil and The Stage, those two albums are great showcases of Sin's ability, especially the beginning of the song The Stage. Highly recommend that song for his guitar work, coupled with Brooks's drumming is incredible.
And we can't possibly forget the intro to Hail to the King. My number two is going to piss you off. It's Kurt Cobain. I listen. No, like people don't want to acknowledge Kurt's brilliance on guitar. He did a lot of things that weren't done before and haven't been done since that are uniquely Kurt. And they're not the radio hit. Like you're not gonna like. I'm not talking about Teen Spirit or Come as You Are. I'm talking about like a Negative Creep and Love Buzz and Aneurysm. He did a lot of really cool, unique things with bending chords and a lot of like using slides as almost like a percussion, like things you wouldn't expect from Nirvana. It's
Right.
not a, like Nevermind is a lot of like 3D chord grunge stuff. You know, it's very basic. Like Territorial Pissing doesn't even have like anything but the three chords. It's just the same three chords the whole time.
Smile on your brother, everybody come together. Ow.
Listen, man, I'm a guitarist. I know a little bit.
Part of why I wanted to do this with you is because you're actually a guitar player and know what you're talking about, and I just listen to music.
Like, I understand, like, people, like, because I've, it's not the first time I've heard people saying, like, they love him as a songwriter, but not as a guitar. They never, like, nothing he did with guitar impressed him. But
Yeah.
I've, have you not heard, like, Bleach? Or,
I've I know
Insecticide? Like,
I think I've heard Insecticide. It's been a long time. I think the only song I really know from Bleach, other than About a Girl, is "School,"
School's all right. Yeah, I mean, no,
which has
like,
a good riff. That's a
Negative
good
Creep,
riff.
man. Like,
I will
the
say,
Negative Creep riff. Oh my God.
um, "Under the Bridge," really nice, like acoustic melodic guitar playing by him.
Something in the Way.
Something in the way, yeah,
Under the Bridge,
whatever.
Chili Peppers.
Doesn't he say something about a bridge in that song?
Yeah, he does say underneath the bridge, tunnels
Yeah,
probably
that's
leak.
what I was
He was
thinking.
homeless during a period and he had to sleep under a bridge.
Okay.
That's what that song's
Yeah,
about.
the Batman song. That's
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's of course now it is. That's what
that
everyone
song was
associates
all
it
over
with.
the radio after that movie came out.
Yeah, I mean that's like as much as I love Nirvana, that's a song I always skip just because like it's so slow. Like
It's a different. It definitely is like kind of a vibe killer for that
I have
album.
to be in the right mood for it. Yeah.
I will say, some of my favorite, like Nirvana, where I would say my favorite album by them is probably In Utero.
Yeah, I like In
Um,
Utero.
Having Utero on vinyl, I would say that's probably their most diverse sounding, if you can
Yeah,
even apply
definitely.
that word to them.
Like endless. I
um,
don't even know what to call Endless Nameless.
yeah, I would definitely say he's definitely a riff guitarist.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Some great About a Girl is a good
Mm,
riff. Yeah, my favorite song of theirs is Sliver, which isn't on
good
an
song.
album, but
Yep, good song. Very different from
and
them.
Heart Shaped Box.
Yeah. There's your arpeggio. And also like another common theme with my list is bands or guitarists that are good to start learning. Um
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, for
definitely.
learning. Like that's how I really started learning rock guitar was Nirvana. Like so much of that influences my guitar playing too with my original stuff. It's like it's just so baked in there. I can't even force myself to get outside of that box.
Yeah.
They also suck. All right, so honorable mentions.
Yeah. I only have two written down right now. My first one I wanted to highlight is Jade Puget. He's from AFI. Um, I'm sure you've heard of AFI. They're one of my all-time. They're my second favorite band ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good band.
Um, Jade Puget. He's one of those like power chord guys, but he does some really neat stuff with the power chords. The song "Dancing Through Sunday" is like one of his only guitar solos. One of my all-time favorite guitar solos, like top five.
Nice.
It's very quick, very short, simple, but it's awesome. He just does some really cool guitar work, and he sings. He's also like the only member of the band that still like works on that band.
Oh wow.
Everyone just sends him parts, and then he does everything.
Wow.
Um, and then I have other honorable mention Noodles from
Ah,
Offspring.
nice. Yeah, that's one of mine too. And Dex too, because Dex writes a lot of that stuff as well.
Yeah, I love the riff as much as of a joke song as it is. I love the riff to "Pretty Fly for a White Guy." It's when
Yeah.
it busts in with that,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but and Come Out and Play, great guitar work on that
Oh yeah.
song. Solid riff guitarist. But then also other honorable mentions is great. Dimebag Darrell,
Yep.
obviously goes without saying. Zach Wilde, I already talked about
Oh
him a
yeah.
little bit with Randy, but um, he's insane. Of course, now that I have to talk about things, I don't have it written down, so now I'm blanking hard. But I'll
Oh,
throw Tom DeLonge in there. Tom DeLonge's got catchy riffs.
what about was it Josh Holmes? What from maybe that's not his name. I know his first name's Josh from Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, Josh Homme.
Homie.
Homie. Yeah, homie. Yeah, no, yeah, Josh Homme. He's great. Dave Grohl, I'll throw
Oh
him
yeah,
as
yeah,
an honorable mention. Why not? Everlong, great
yeah.
riff.
Oh yeah.
Love it. That's like the only riff I know on guitar. I'll probably think of more later.
All right, I have like 40 or so, so I'm just gonna bust through them.
Oh shoot.
No, it's not really that many. It is a lot though. Carlos Santana, he almost made the
Oh yeah.
list. So close, just barely.
Oh yeah.
Johnny Cash, great at percussion
Respect.
on the guitar and singing while
Yeah.
playing. Joan Jett, Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains, Neil Young, John Lennon, and George Harrison, Muddy Waters, Keith Richards, David Gilmour from Pink Floyd, Eric Clapton, Brian May from Queen, Chris Cornell, Robbie Krieger. And then there are two that I really do want to give a special shout out to. Yep. They are YouTubers. They're like guitar
Okay.
tutorial YouTubers, and they
Oh, if we're doing YouTubers,
well,
I
these
could.
guys specifically for me helped me start out when I finally decided I was going to play guitar for myself and for fun and learn the songs I wanted to learn and not just something that my family had me do.
Yeah.
These were the guys that taught me, and that's Marty Schwartz. He's still going. Both these guys are still going actually. Marty Schwartz, Marty's guitar on YouTube. A lot. He's taught a lot of people. Great for learning, like great for beginning. And then the other guy is Bobby Crispy. He's a Canadian.
I just thought of a couple others.
Okay, go for it.
Ian DeSaw from Billy Talent.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Love Billy Talent. I'll go ahead and throw in Joe Truman from Fall Out Boy because why not? They have some catchy riffs, even though I think their bass carries some of their best songs. But and then oh, what's his name? Ray Toro from My Chemical Romance,
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
and Frank Iero. He's definitely tight in there with the rhythm. But yeah, I guess those will add to my honorable mention. Oh, and the guys from Bare Naked Ladies,
Right.
Ed Robertson and Steve Page. They have some nice riffs, a little more folky, but some good
Mm-hmm.
acoustic riffs. Yeah, I think that does it for me. If we're gonna throw a couple YouTubers in there, I'll say obviously like Bradley Hall is a great one. Stevie T is a great one. Bradley Hall does like a guitar school on YouTube.
Okay.
He's also in a power metal band called Twilight Force. All right, so there is a band from high school that kind of was my first like jump into like getting into music called Area 11. They were also
Oh
my
right,
gateway into
yeah.
anime. Um I'll mention Parvy, Alex Parson. I think that's his name. Be completely wrong. But yeah, they were kind of my gateway into music and stuff, and so I feel obligated to at least give them a shout out.
Nice.
Alex Parvis, that's his name. I think I was confusing him with Alex Lifeson. So my number one, I guess.
All right, you want to go over there and do a drum roll?
All right, my number one is Paul Wagner from Between the Buried and Me.
Paul Wagner.
Yes, from Between the Buried and Me. I just simply think he's like the best guitarist ever.
Okay.
Between the Buried and Me was my like exposure into prog music. They're on like the metalcore tech death side of things, but they have a lot of jazzy, bluesy elements. They mix genres like crazy. Like it's hard to give them a particular genre. Especially their new album. Their new album is an acid trip on
Ooh.
drugs. It's like it
Wow,
goes from
acid
like
and drugs.
yeah, it goes from like black metal to shoegaze to like bluegrass country to like metalcore, like tech debt. Like it's all over the
Oh my god, it
place.
sounds like that demo song I made in
Um,
Garage Band back when I was in high school.
but I think the new album's called The Blue Nowhere. They have one song on there. I forget what it's called, but it's very jazzy. My favorite song of theirs is called Voice of Trespass, and it is a big band swing
Ooh.
type song with metal worked into it. and Paul, I've seen them live 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Earlier when I said there's only one band I've seen live multiple times, I forgot. I lied. I saw these guys 3 times. Yeah. Um, is the only time I've seen these guys have been in the same have been in like underground like music clubs because they're like they toe the line of like underground and mainstream. They're definitely in the metal world. They're known as like the prog guys, but like the mainstream wouldn't know who they are. Um, they're like hardcore Dream Theater.
Oh wow.
But they just blend in so many
Is
other
that like Nightmare
elements.
Theater?
Yeah. Um, which is funny though. It's funny that you say that. Nightmare Theater because they have an album about a guy's dreams being broadcast as entertainment,
Oh
and he
wow.
like starts having nightmares. So
That's kind of cool.
yeah, which that song "Voice of Trespass" is on that album, and it's about
Okay.
the evil money hungry corporation that's doing the experiment. And um,
It's like a cross between the Truman Show and A Nightmare on Elm Street.
pretty much, and he just is like basically going through his whole life in his memories and so
Okay.
in his dreams, and
I'm definitely gonna be
um,
checking this out.
they all their albums are like concept albums.
Nice.
But I would say like probably their most famous album is called Colors. Prequel to the sequel is a great song from that album.
Oh my god, I love that name.
Um, yeah. um, their first 3 albums were definitely more in that like death metal realm. Mordecai is a legendary song by them.
Is that about
And
children of the
Alaska.
corn?
No, Mordecai is about a homeless man that they knew
Oh,
in
okay.
their hometown. Um, but named Chevenel, and or is that the dog? No, I think Chevenel's the homeless guy. But yeah, they're great. I love their albums. Automata 1 and 2 are my favorites of theirs. But all their stuff is really good. And Voice of Trespass is definitely their best live song. There's like scatting in that song, like jazz, like shoobity bop bop, like kind of. Yeah, like literally, and to have a whole like have like 400 like 40-year-old metal nerds all doing it at the same
Oh my
time
god.
is like awesome. And they're just such a cool time. And I gotta say, he's not in the band anymore, but their rhythm guitarist Dusty Waring also deserves recognition. He did a lot of back and forth duels with Paul, and he also had his own separate band that was like a tech death band. But Paul is just like he has such a nice bluesy sound. They're from North Carolina, so they have like a kind of a they have a bluegrassy influence that they incorporate into some of their music. Uh, Extremophile Elite has like 3 guitar solos in it. Highly
Damn.
recommend that for guitar enjoyers. There's a live video of them playing it in their studio on YouTube. Uh, but it's like the super crazy heavy metalcore song, and then it breaks into like tubas and violins, and
Ooh.
it's like and like a marimba, like it's awesome. But yeah, so I stood like a foot away from Paul. I was in like the front row, looking right up at him as he was shredding, and it was I
Wow.
definitely remember it. It was awesome. He used to have the sickest hair. He cut his hair, but um, yeah, he's definitely insane. Great guitarist. He's my number one, my favorite.
All right, so my number one,
Yeah, you're number one.
Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yep. All right, video's over.
Anything you want to say about Mr. Page?
Um, Electric
How
Magic.
he's how he somehow looks Asian now?
Yeah, I don't. Heroin's a hell of a drug, man. Um,
Yeah, and witchcraft.
yeah, allegedly. Although he did buy
Allegedly.
Aleister Crowley's house and lived there for a while.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Wasn't he also the like the one that put tarot cards all over their imagery, iconography and
Yep.
stuff?
Yep.
Isn't the
Yes,
Hermit
the
like their
Hermit. I
one of
have
their
that.
big
I have
logos?
that flag right above my monitor here, next to my American Idiot flag.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was very into occultism and esoterica. Um, but I mean, such iconic riffs. Ahead of its
uh,
time in a lot of ways. Dirty. Um,
Kashmir.
dude, listen, Kashmir. When I was a kid and I heard that riff before I knew like who Led Zeppelin was, I thought that was like a rock band that was covering like a Beethoven song or something, like some sort of classical music. They just did it with electric
Yeah.
guitar. But no, that's his composition. That's an original piece.
I mean, he wrote a piece that's so legendary it'd get you kicked out of a guitar store. So,
Yeah, well, I mean, there's rumor that that was stolen. They did do a lot of
oh yeah, yeah,
covers.
I know
They're
about that. Yeah,
allegedly, but
if no one's heard of the band, they won't know we
yeah,
stole it.
exactly. They did a lot of that. But I mean, they did it well. I mean, everyone knows Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, everyone does. Even didn't Tolkien wasn't a lot of like stuff in Lord of the Rings
yeah,
inspired by them.
a lot of Robert Plant's lyrics are just pulled straight out of
Uh,
Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
a lot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure characters are named after uh Zeppelin references.
Nice.
I mean, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure steals like names from like every like experimental like 70s band, but Zeppelin's one of the big ones.
When I was a teenager, and I moved to a different school, and I had no friends, and all I had was a PS2 for games I'd played dozens of times. I got really, really into playing the guitar, and Led Zeppelin was the band that I basically taught me how to play, taught me how to do solos, how to do chord progressions, how to write stuff, how to do techniques like hammer-ons and palm muting. Well, I mean, I guess probably learned palm muting from learning Green Day songs, but I,
Yeah,
I my quick escalation from beginner to intermediate happened learning Led Zeppelin basically,
nice.
and then I just plateaued from there, and I haven't really progressed since.
Yeah, I guess that's our guitar list
So that's been our top 10 guitarists.
on our top 10 guitars.
Our string fingerers, our G string benders.
Yes. Do you know why the guitar player was late to the show?
He had a fender bender.
He crashed his pickup into a bridge and broke his neck.